What's up, YouTube? So today's video is going to be a special video because I have a guest on the show. Her name is Amanda. So Amanda actually never knew anything about transgender people before she met me. And so today I thought we'd make an awesome Q&A video where Amanda's going to ask me a bunch of questions about transitioning, maybe questions that cisgender people may have about transgender people, and just get a different perspective on things. So if you guys are interested in this video topic today, continue watching, and at the end I'll also leave an opportunity for you guys to leave your own comments in the message box below. So if you guys are interested, continue watching. Alright, so let's get into it. Amanda, what is your first question? By the way, I've never heard any of these questions before, so I have no idea what's coming.
My first question is, when did you know that you were female?
When did I first know? So my story is very typical amongst many other trans people. I actually realized in a dream when I was like 3 years old. We have really good family friends, and they have 3 girls and 1 boy, as at the time my family had 3 boys and 1 girl. I had a dream though that when I was like 3 years old that I was a girl, and that family of girls was dressing me up, and I was like, wow, this is actually me. This is right. This is what is wrong with me. And I guess I grew up and I wasn't really sure still. Like, I knew there was something wrong with me, but I wasn't sure if I was gay. I wasn't sure if I was a female. I wasn't sure if this was just a normal thing. But I really actually had a hard time coming to terms with it, and I guess I didn't come to terms with it up until I was probably 18, 19, right before I came out. So yeah.
Okay, so were you attracted to men or women?
Well, if you watched my last video, you would know the answer to this question. But as in my last video, I talked about my sexuality and sexual orientation, and I told you as a man I was attracted to women. I dated women, but I wasn't sure if it was for a cover-up or was I actually attracted to women. But then as I've grown into a female role and grown more and more comfortable with myself, I have become more and more attracted to women. However, I would say I still like both, and like I said in my last video, I have a type for women and a type for men.
Okay. And then, so how was your dating experience, like, through high school when all those weird changes are happening in your body as it is, and then you have this inner conflict? What was it like? Was it hard? Did you feel like you were lying to yourself, to your girlfriend?
Yeah, I definitely did. I had a girlfriend on and off throughout high school, the same one. I would definitely say like she was my best friend, but there's some aspects of the relationship that definitely weren't normal, and I think that was because I was just uncomfortable with who I am. I ended up telling her when I broke up with her that, hey, I need to work on some things with myself that I cannot tell you at this moment in time. She was devastated, but I think really things moved on for the better, I guess. I know that I got really involved with my own relationship rather than the general dating question. But yeah, that's pretty much my only dating experience, so that's all I have to go off of.
And you had sex with her?
Kind of. I was really uncomfortable with my body.
Okay, okay. Did you like it?
I didn't like it because I was too uncomfortable. I mean, like, obviously there's parts of it that felt good, but it was just so awkward. It made it unenjoyable.
Okay. What was the hardest part of your transition?
Oh my gosh, hands down coming out to people. That was by far the hardest thing. When I came out to people, I first came out to my sister, and I was in a really tough state in my life. I remember laying in bed that night, and I was like, you know, I can come out to her this weekend, which is Thanksgiving weekend, or I don't see myself going on past next summer. So coming out to her was hard, and then each individual person, because I kind of did like a team thing. Like I came out to one person, they supported me, I gave them information on it, they supported me like I said, and then we told the next person, and then we told the next person, and then we eventually kind of came out to everyone. And I guess it was really hard just coming out to every person. That was like the most difficult part by far. Everything else has been pretty smooth sailing.
So was it just dreading coming out, or was the reactions not what you expected?
It wasn't I guess it's the fear of reactions, because as a trans people, you see everything, all these horror stories online. You hear about these families that are super progressive and super accepting of LGBT community, and then one of their family members comes out as transgender, and they throw them out of their family. They have nothing. They're living on the streets. They're homeless. So I really wasn't sure. I was thinking my family was going to be supportive, but I still wasn't sure. So that was the most terrifying thing. At that point, I had like $1,100 in my savings account, and I knew if it came down to it, I could move down to Minneapolis and try to live off that $1,000 and try to make a life for myself. But it's just that initial reaction that's really scary, and what's going to come of that. Am I going to be homeless, or am I going to have loving and support?
So going through that, what's your advice to people who are scared to come out?
My advice, I love that question. That's a good question. So definitely become knowledgeable on the subject. I know there's a lot of trans people out there that know they're trans, but yet they're not very knowledgeable of the subject. And the one thing I found was I read every single night about trans people and everything, and I became knowledgeable about the subject. So when I came out to my sister, I guess, I was able to tell her the facts, and then I came out to my parents and I was able to tell them the facts, and I think the facts just really helped them see where I was coming from. Another thing, my family is kind of religious, and I made it noteworthy that actually in the Bible it says nothing about trans people, and actually I can't quote this specific passage or anything right now, but actually trans people, they did speak of some trans people in the Bible, and they were actually looked up to. I have a link to, her name is Dr. Jen, I'll put it in below, that talks about being transgender and the Bible if you guys are interested in that stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a big block for a lot of people. So the question is, are you ready to date now?
Well, little deja vu, because this is the second segment, but if you watched my last video, you know the answer to this question. I'm actually terrified of dating. I would say a year ago, I would have said absolutely not. Today, I would say yes, I am ready to date. However, it has to be the right person. I am very, very picky. If it was a guy, I definitely would not want a tranny chaser, some guy that would see me as a sexual fantasy rather than a human being. I think that's pretty important. But if I found the right person, I would definitely say yes.
So when you find that right person and you say yes, pre-sexual reassignment surgery, is that right? Yeah. So what happens if you find yourself in that situation where you're like hot and heavy and things are still working?
Things are still...
Is the equipment still working?
My equipment?
Yeah.
My equipment doesn't matter. So
well, I mean...
This is really personal.
Well, you wanted me to ask. So what happens then? What? Or do you just cut it off? Do you not even let it get that far? No pun intended.
Okay, so let's talk specifics. Are we talking a man or a woman?
Well, so say you meet that right guy, you're ready to start dating.
So the right man.
The right man.
Okay. Personally, if I dated a man, I would want this man to be straight. I would not want him to be attracted. Well, No, that's wrong. I would want him to be attracted to me as a woman rather than a trans person. So, as for me as a woman, typically I wouldn't have those parts, so I would definitely avoid those
But
parts.
I mean, like, right now.
Yeah, I would avoid those parts.
So just avoid it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd take a back door, but I wouldn't.
Well, there you go.
There's the answer. Back door. I guess it feels great, so...
So obviously, to any man, it's unusual for them to comprehend wanting to change your body. How can you best explain wanting the sexual reassignment surgery?
So, how would I best explain sexual reassignment surgery to a man? So, I would tell the man, what if you woke up this morning with a vagina? What the hell would you do? You know, that's kind of like the same scenario for me. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know? So, that's the most basic way.
Okay.
I guess it's just to match who I am.
Okay, and then, of course, I'm sure you answered this in the last segment.
She doesn't watch my videos. I tell her about it, but she doesn't watch it.
What now? What are you going to do now? What's your plan?
What is my plan? Great question. So, my number one focus right now is to start the legal name change process. And then, hopefully, I will have that. Did I just burp? I feel like I just burped.
It's not. Ew. Oh, that now you just did.
But anyway, I would say the first thing would be the legal name process, legal name change, get my name changed. Hopefully have that done by next summer. I've recently talked to my mom about possibly getting a little bit of facial feminization surgery next summer. However, it's probably not going to happen because, I don't know, I'm lazy and I don't really feel like calling the doctor and doing all that stuff because the doctor I want to go to is in Chicago. Dr. Z, if any of you guys know of Dr. Z or have had work done by Dr. Z, you should message me and let me know about what you thought of his work. So that's what I would be considering doing next summer. I graduate a year from December, so my plans are to go SRS that January, so a year from this January. However, like I said, I'm really lazy and I'm really enjoying life right now, so I feel like there's no rush to do any of these things right now.
Do you think that not having the surgery is holding you back from potentially having a serious relationship with someone?
Absolutely. Yes, I think it is. I think, especially if it's a guy, I think it's definitely holding me back, and it's definitely awkward talking to a guy because I don't know if they know or not, and then if they do, they're obviously going to find out if I start dating them. And I just, personally, like I said about with my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, I said it was really uncomfortable to have any sexual relations with her because I was just uncomfortable with my body. I still think the same would be true with a man. I would be with him, and I think it'd be very uncomfortable.
Until after the surgery.
Until after the surgery.
Okay.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions of your own, don't be afraid to leave them in the bottom. Maybe I'll do my own Q&A video with your guys' questions. Other than that, if you guys enjoyed Amanda on the show today, I will definitely bring her back. But if you guys hate her, just let me know because I know she's not very likable. But anyways, so leave your comments below or message me in my message box. Other than that, I hope you guys have a fabulous day and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
So I guess my first question is, when did you know that you were meant to be female? Or is it you just always knew, or, well, meant to be, I'm just going rambling on, how should I say this? Never mind. How do I say it? That you were meant to be?
I eventually ended up actually breaking up with her because I said, sorry, we're ordering pizza, and pizza might be on the way, so we might have to cut this video quick. But
priorities.
But
we might have to edit this part because I don't know what I want to do next.
Oh my God! Hurry up! We're at 4 minutes of taping.
Okay, so dating now.
Dating.
Are you ready?
Well, did you watch my last video?
Absolutely not.
Dating now. Let's just let me tell you this. It scares the shit out of me. Would I do it now? Yes. Would I have done it a year ago? No. So I think I am comfortable with dating now. However, it definitely has to be the right person.
Maybe one of your YouTube followers?
No. Sorry, YouTube. But like I said, I don't want some, like, I remember Amanda came up to me and she's like, I found the perfect guy for you. He is gay, but I think you would love him. And I was like, first off, gay men probably are not interested in me. So, and now I'm losing myself. But another thing is, let's re-ask that question.
Do you want me to literally re-ask it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. What did I just ask you?
Dating.